to solve a system of inequalities. And a system of inequalities is a little bit different than a regular inequality that we graph. So let's just get right into it. Let's say that you are asked to solve the system of inequalities by graphing. Solve the system of inequalities by graphing. And let me give you the system. Let's say that we have y is greater than negative 2x plus 1, and y is less than or equal to x plus 3. Now, if you remember what a system is, we did systems of equations. So a system of equations is there's two equations. Well, now we have two inequalities. So what we're going to do is we're going to graph them both, and then I'm going to show you how you can check your work on Desmos or do problems that have a little bit more algebra associated with them on Desmos. So first, let's graph both of these. Both of these are already in slope-intercept form. So we can go ahead and graph them. All right. So the top one has a y-intercept of 1. And it has a slope of negative 2, which remember is like negative 2 over 1. So we're going to, from this y-intercept, we're going to go down 2 over 1. I could go down 2 again and over 1 again. And since this one is greater than, and not greater than or equal to, we're going to use a dashed line. Okay, a dashed line. And we would shade above it, right? We would shade above it. But we have another inequality. We have this one. Y is less than or equal to x plus 3. So let's graph that one. 1, 2, 3. There's the y-intercept for that one. And the slope is positive 1. So up 1 over 1 from that point. Up 1 over 1. I could go down 1 over 1 also. And this one is less than or equal to, so we're going to use a solid line, like so. Now, my symbol, though, says it's less than or equal to. So I'm going to shade below. I'm actually going to get a different color. And if I shade below, and by the way, I should probably do this. I should label these lines. This one is the less than or equal to x plus 3. This one is the greater than negative 2x plus 1. All right. So this one is less than. So I shade below. Well, what's the answer? The answer is this place right here where we have both colors. See the overlap? See where the colors overlap right in here? All this area. This is the answer. Put in your notes. This is the answer. So when you're shading this, in your homework, don't shade this part down here. And don't shade this part up here. Shade where they're going to overlap. All right? Only shade the overlap places where they are both true. Okay? In this area, right in here, they are both true. And if we check this on Desmos, it's going to confirm what we said. All right? So let's make sure that we know how to do this on Desmos as well. I've already put this in on Desmos, and you can see that it's the same thing. See where the colors overlap? This area in here where the colors overlap is the answer. All right? Now, in your assignment tonight, what I want you to do, specifically for my Algebra 1 classes, is any of these problems, like what I just did, that are already solved for y, I want you to do them by hand and then check them with Desmos. You must have a graph on your paper. All right? However, if you get one like this, 3x minus 2y is less than 12, and the other equation is x plus 4y is greater than or equal to 8. These two inequalities are not in slope-intercept form yet, are they? So the ones that are like this, that are not in slope-intercept form, you can go straight to Desmos on ones like this. Straight to Desmos. Let me show you another one, though. This one you could do without Desmos. What if I had x is greater than or equal to 3 as one of them, and y is less than x minus 2? You don't have to do any solving on that problem. We can go ahead and graph this. Now, you do have to recognize that this one right here is what kind of line? That one is vertical. Good. So what do we have here? We have a vertical line through 3. It's a solid line since it's greater than or equal to. And then I have a regular line with a slope and an intercept. Y-intercept is -2. Put a dot down here at -2. And my slope is +1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. This one is a dashed line. And then we shade accordingly. I'm going to shade below. Here's the x minus 2 line. I'm going to shade below it and to the right of the vertical line. So below the x minus 2 to the right of this one, that puts the solution only in here. Below the x minus 2 and to the right of x is greater than or equal to 3. Now, last thing before we wrap up. It's possible to have no solution. How could you have no solution? Well, how about I show you on Desmos for this one? What if my two inequalities were 3x minus y is greater than 2. And the other one is 3x minus y less than or equal to -5. And notice what we have going on here. There's no overlap, is there? There's no overlap. The one is shaded to the right, the other one is shaded to the left. There's no overlap. So if you get to a problem like that, where there is no overlap, add this into your notes. We'll just make a little quick sketch here. If you get one like this, where something's shaded here, you got another one, and it's shaded here, no overlap means no solution on a system of inequalities. All right, so that should get you started on solving a system of inequalities, and appreciate you joining us today, and we are going to stop there.